Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Hashtag-Desha Tarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyapati Hashtag-Desha Tarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Nanda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Jai.
Yoda Premanande.
Hari Hari Bo.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I apologize. I gotta take off though. I
Alright.
got so much going on tonight. I gotta be up early tomorrow, but glad I got to sit in and tune in for a little bit. Are you taking off tomorrow?
No, there's a Kirtan engagement tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Oh, in Pittsburgh? What time?
All day,
What time you going up?
10 a.m.
Oh man, maybe I'll cruise up after. We got a workout class at 10.
That's fine. That's cool.
Maybe me and I'll see if my mom wants to come up and we'll cruise up afterwards. Love you, bro.
Ready, Bo?
Yep. Alright, well.
Alright. We're going to be reading chapter 2, text 1. We're just starting, it's first canto, second chapter now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Shrinvatang Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantasto Yabhadrani Vidunoti Suhrit Satam Nashtaprayashva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Jay. Alright. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 1.
1 to 1.
1 to 1. 1 to 1.
1 to 1.
Alright. Text 1. Vyasa uvacha iti samprashna sanhrishto vipranam rama harshinihi Pratipuja vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame. Ugrashrava Sutta Goswami, the son of Ramaharshan, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. Purport. Alright, I'm shutting this. Thank you. Got kirtans and bhajans and mantras and yantras. Okay. Ugrashrava Sutta Goswami, the son of Ramaharshan, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. Purport. The sages of Naimisharanya asked Sutta Goswami 6 questions, and so he is answering them one by one.
May I interrupt? No?
Yeah.
So, could you please summarize those 6 questions?
Oh.
Like,
Summarize. Well, the first question was that, well, they requested him, there were so many different religious processes and whatnot, and they asked him to summarize the essence, all of them, in an easily understandable way. I have to go back and look. I didn't memorize them.
so that we can look together, yes?
So, please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, for one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna. Okay, I don't want to do this right now. I'm just going to keep reading. I'll come back to it. Hey, Bo. Okay, all kinds of stuff. Okay, text 2. We'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. Sutu vacha yam pravrajantam anupetam petya krityam tapayana viraha kat. Sorry, this is the wrong meter. Yam pravrajantam anupetam apetya krityam dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayata yataravo benedus tang sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Sorry. Srila Sutta Goswami said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage, Sukadeva Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all. When he went away to take up the renounced order of life, sannyas, leaving home without undergoing reformation by the sacred thread or the ceremonies observed by the higher castes, his father, Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, 'O my son! Indeed, only the trees which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the bereaved father.'" Purport. The institution of Varna and Ashram prescribes many regulative duties to be observed by its followers. Such duties enjoin that a candidate willing to study the Vedas must approach a bona fide spiritual master and request acceptance as his disciple. The sacred thread is the sign of those who are competent to study the Vedas from the Acharya or the bona fide spiritual master. Sri Sukadeva Goswami did not undergo such purificatory ceremonies because he was a liberated soul from his very birth. Generally, a man is born as an ordinary being, and by the purificatory processes he is born for the second time. When he sees a new light and seeks direction for spiritual progress, he approaches the spiritual master for instruction in the Vedas. The spiritual master accepts only the sincere inquirer as his disciple and gives him the sacred thread. In this way, a man becomes twice born, or Dvija. After qualifying as a Dvija, one may study the Vedas, and after becoming well versed in the Vedas, one becomes a Vipra. A Vipra, or a qualified Brahmana, thus realizes the Absolute and makes further progress in spiritual life until he reaches the Vaishnava stage. The Vaishnava stage is the postgraduate status of a Brahmana. A progressive Brahmana must necessarily become a Vaishnava, for a Vaishnava is a self-realized learned Brahmana. Srila Sukadeva Goswami was a Vaishnava from the beginning. Therefore, there was no need for him to undergo all the processes of the Varnashram institution. Ultimately, the aim of Varnashram Dharma is to turn a crude man into a pure devotee of the Lord, or a Vaishnava. Anyone, therefore, who becomes a Vaishnava accepted by the first-class Vaishnava, or Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava, is already considered a Brahmana, regardless of his birth or past deeds. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this principle and recognized Srila Haridas Thakur as the Acharya of the Holy Name, although Thakur Haridas appeared in a Mohammedan family. In conclusion, Srila Sukadeva Goswami was born a Vaishnava, and therefore Brahmanism was included in him. He did not have to undergo any ceremonies. Any low-born person, be he a Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pukasha, Abhira, Shumba, Yavana, Kasha, or even lower, can be delivered to the highest transcendental position by the mercy of Vaishnavas. Srila Sukadeva Goswami was the spiritual master of Sri Sutta Goswami, who therefore offers his respectful obeisances unto Srila Sukadeva Goswami before he begins his answers to the questions of the sages at Naimisharanya. Yasvanubhavamakila Shrutisaramekam Adyatmadipam Matatirashatam Tamondham Sangsharanam Karunayaha Paranaguyam Tam Yasashunamupayame Guru Muninam. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, Shuka, the spiritual master of all sages, the son of Vyasadeva, who, out of his great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross over the darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream of Vedic knowledge, after having personally assimilated it by experience. Purport. In his prayer, Srila Sutta Goswami practically summarizes the complete introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural supplementary commentary on the Vedanta Sutras. The Vedanta Sutras, or the Brahma Sutras, were compiled by Vyasadeva with a view to presenting just the cream of Vedic knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on this cream. Srila Shukadeva Goswami was a thoroughly realized master on the Vedanta Sutra, and consequently he also personally realized the commentary, Srimad Bhagavatam. And just to show his boundless mercy upon bewildered materialistic men who want to cross completely over nescience, he recited for the first time this confidential knowledge. There's no point in arguing that a materialistic man can be happy. No materialistic creature, be he the great Brahma or an insignificant ant, can be happy. Everyone tries to make a permanent plan for happiness, but everyone is baffled by the laws of material nature. Therefore, the materialistic world is called the darkest region of God's creation. Yet the unhappy materialists can get out of it simply by desiring to get out. Unfortunately, they are so foolish that they do not want to escape. Therefore they are compared to the camel who relishes thorny twigs because he likes the taste of the twigs mixed with blood. He does not realize that it is his own blood, that his tongue is being cut by the thorns.
I like that analogy a lot
Why do you like it?
because it's like so accurate. It's like it's almost as though it's literally true that part of the relishing of material nature is literally like
At your own expense?
it's like you're relishing the fact that you're giving like that it's suffering. It's like you're relishing your own suffering.
Right. Very nice.
Anyways, yeah.
Nicely explained. I like it too. Similarly to the materialist, his own blood is as sweet as honey, and although he is always harassed by his own material creations, he does not wish to escape. Such materialists are called karmis. Out of hundreds of thousands of karmis, only a few may feel tired of material engagement and desire to get out of the labyrinth. Such intelligent persons are called jnanis. The Vedanta Sutra is directed to such jnanis. But Srila Vyasadeva, being the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, could foresee the misuse of the Vedanta Sutra by unscrupulous men, and therefore he personally supplemented the Vedanta Sutra with the Bhagavat Purana. It is clearly said that this Bhagavatam is the original commentary on the Brahma Sutras. Srila Vyasadeva also instructed the Bhagavatam to his own son, Srila Shukadeva Goswami, who was already at the liberated stage of transcendence. Srila Shukadeva realized it personally and then explained it. By the mercy of Srila Shukadeva, the Bhagavat Vedanta Sutra is available for all those sincere souls who want to get out of material existence. Srimad Bhagavatam is the one unrivaled commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Sripad Shankaracharya intentionally did not touch it because he knew that the natural commentary would be difficult for him to surpass. He wrote his Shadyaraka Bhashya, and his so-called followers deprecated the Bhagavatam as some new presentation. One should not be misled by such propaganda directed against the Bhagavatam by the Mayavad school. From this introductory shloka, the beginning student should know that Srimad Bhagavatam is the only transcendental literature meant for those who are paramahamsas and completely freed from the material disease called malice. The Mayavadis are envious of the personality of Godhead despite Sripad Shankaracharya's admission that Narayan, the personality of Godhead, is above the material creation. The envious Mayavadi cannot have access to the Bhagavatam, but those who are really anxious to get out of this material existence may take shelter of this Bhagavatam because it is uttered by the liberated Srila Shukadeva Goswami. It is the transcendental torchlight by which one can see perfectly the transcendental absolute truth, realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. That's a nice sentence. I'll read it again. It, meaning the Bhagavatam. It is the transcendental torchlight by which one can see perfectly the transcendental absolute truth realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Wow.
All three just by Bhagavatam.
Yeah. And we're going to hear more of that specifically, but just It's resting on our quality of hearing Bhagavatam. It's amazing. Quality of hearing. Yes, quantity also, but more so than quantity is quality. You know, if you like hear really high quality 1 hour, or even less, even one sentence, super high quality, completely, you can remain completely transcendentalized for a while, depending on your quality. It can only take, that's all, it can, that could be enough to just immediately become a pure devotee. But, depending on us. You know, like, if someone asked Prabhupada, and how long does it take, the process? He said, it could just take a moment. You know, given we are really ready to receive it. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. It actually, it doesn't really have to be a huge task. Like, oh, I'm working my whole life to become Krishna conscious. Like, it's already natural. Like, it's our natural state, and we can immediately be brought there by hearing from proper sources. Just hearing from proper sources. It's amazing. Like, immediately. Yeah, we create so many obstacles and things in our minds, and you know, we make it take longer. It's crazy. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayat. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Naranarayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Purport. All the Vedic literatures and the Puranas are meant for conquering the darkest region of material existence. The living being is in the state of forgetfulness of his relation with God due to his being overly attracted to material sense gratification from time immemorial. His struggle for existence in the material world is perpetual, and it is not possible for him to get out of it by making plans. If he at all wants to conquer this perpetual struggle for existence, he must reestablish his eternal relation with God, and one who wants to adopt such remedial measures must take shelter of literatures such as the Vedas and the Puranas. Foolish people say that the Puranas have no connection with the Vedas. However, the Puranas are supplementary explanations of the Vedas intended for different types of men. All men are not equal. There are men who are conducted by the mode of goodness, others who are under the mode of passion, and others who are under the mode of ignorance. The Puranas are so divided that any class of men can take advantage of them and gradually regain their lost position and get out of the hard struggle for existence. Srila Sutta Goswami shows the way of chanting the Puranas. This may be followed by persons who aspire to be preachers of the Vedic literatures and the Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana, and it is especially meant for them who desire to get out of the material entanglement permanently. What time is it here? Let me see.
6:17.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I know it's a little bit different today. We had a longer kirtan and a big wait and less reading and everything, but it's okay. You have something, or I'm gonna try to get those 6 questions for you. Oh yeah. Yeah. What is the highest welfare work for all people? Summarize all scriptures.
I found it now.
Sorry?
I found it.
On what? Found the 6? On where? ChatGPT. You know, sometimes things are wrong.
Sometimes, yeah.
ChatGPT. GBT. What does it say?
First, what is the ultimate good for all people?
Okay.
Second, what is the essence of all scriptures?
Right.
Third, why did the Supreme Lord appear as the son of Vasudeva?
Huh.
Right? No?
Why?
Why did the Supreme Lord appear as the son of Vasudeva? Next, what are the wonderful activities, pastimes of the Lord? Next, after Lord Krishna returned to his abode, where has religion take shelter? Next, what did Vyasa compile after feeling dissatisfied?
What was number 4 and 5?
4. What are the wonderful activities or pastimes of the Lord?
Right.
5. After Lord Krishna returned to his abode, where has religion taken shelter?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. ChatGPT showed me up. All right.
So basically I asked, is this based on Veda base? Yes, the summary I provided is consistent with the presentations found in Veda base.
Right. Yeah, and as you were reading them, I was going and reading the shlokas connected to what you're
I would
saying.
like to, this is just one liner, but I would
Well,
like
that's what the summary is there. It's not much different than the shlokas. Yeah, I'd have to do a whole study if you want a in detail class on it. You know, I never took the time to map that out. But I mean, obviously they're significant. It's like this, especially the first canto is very special. But just it's very telling how the Bhagavatam is starting. It's like it's like this is what Prabhupada felt was the most important thing for us to hear right at the beginning. And I have heard it said that when Prabhupada was compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, that he specifically put everything in the first canto because he didn't know if he would live to finish all, the whole Bhagavatam. So he wanted to get everything that we needed in the first canto.
Yeah.
So the first canto is especially special. And I've heard from seasoned Srimad Bhagavatam relishers, and personally my experience has been, just my own personal experience, not because I heard it from others, is that for some reason I really like the first canto, and I've seen senior devotees specifically favor the first canto. It's just really special, something special about it. Yeah.
My impression is Prabhupada has put the essence of the entire Bhagavatam in first canto. Plus, when we go to second, third, and till 12th, there are more stories, more katha, more explanation, more detailed explanation. But the essence is also put in the first canto.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes, I remember one devotee was asking, when I'm reading it, Prabhupada is emphasizing the same point in Bhagavatam first canto, and the second and third, maybe same point again and again he emphasized. So that's true in one sense, right? Because same message has to be emphasized again and again. Of course, the details regarding particular chapter of a particular canto, that story might be, of course the details is different, but then again and again purpose Prabhupada is emphasizing, the most important, philosophical understanding. Again and again he is emphasizing the same thing.
Yep. Yeah. And then if you read his books, you'll find that one thing he emphasizes over and over again is about hearing.
Yes.
In the very beginning, in the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
And it's just like also in Bhagavad Gita, we're hearing like Krishna is explaining different types of yogas, but Prabhupada, the way that he translated it and the way he explains in his purports, he always brings it back to Krishna, like every single page, every single page of Bhagavad Gita, it says that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so, he does it on purpose because the tendency is to get distracted from the ultimate goal.
Yes.
And so in that kind of way also, he's constantly reminding us and we see also that devotees we can easily get distracted and forget just the basic fundamentals of the basic application of Krishna consciousness for us. Hearing and chanting. We get so distracted by rules and regulations and this ritual and that thing and this etiquette and that one and this social thing or this political point or this and the philosophical point and this one and then we can like get too absorbed in it and then so many aspects of Krishna consciousness that we could start neglecting just our own basic hearing and chanting. And then, we might be with devotees and engaged, but we're kind of getting frustrated and what am I doing wrong? And we're just not taking the time for like proper hearing and chanting. It's amazing.
It happened to me.
One time.
And then I met PK.
Hare Krishna.
One time,
Lava.
one time Prabhupada was asking that, do you know why I have written, I have put so much effort, right, for all the 12 cantos, providing the purports and all that. What is the goal behind it? What is the essence of that? Then Prabhupada was explaining to convince you that ultimate goal is chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. You remember something?
I've heard that. Yeah.
You heard that?
Right.
Because the tendency is if we are not convinced that way, today I might chant, tomorrow may not.
Right.
I heard my Guru Maharaj say, quoting Prabhupada, that 90% of our advancement comes from chanting japa.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Are you guys ending or?
Well, kinda. Yeah. Hope everything is okay.
Yeah, just you know how the material world is.
I do. Been living in it.
Which chapter did you guys read?
We started Divinity and Divine Service.
Only the best chapter of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other points online or from our online stalwarts? Star Wars on call. It's like a lifeline that's permanently open.
Yeah.
Is Bhakta Adam?
Yeah, and Ishani Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna. Nothing.
Haribo.
Which verse did you guys finish?
4. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What were the exact words of that camel analogy again? Do you remember what page it was on? Would it be too much to ask for?
It was on page 82. This is 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Bhagavatam 1, 2, 3, and it is at the end of the second paragraph.
1, 2.
Therefore, here, the materialistic world, yet the unhappy materialist can get out of it simply by desiring to get out. Unfortunately, they are so foolish that they do not want to escape. Therefore, they are compared to the camel who relishes thorny twigs because he likes the taste of the twigs mixed with blood. He does not realize that it is his own blood and that his tongue is being cut by the thorns. Similarly to the materialist, his own blood is as sweet as honey. And although he is always harassed by his own material creations, he does not wish to escape.
So what do you make of the part where I don't quite see other side of it, like what he's comparing it to, whenever he says that he does not realize that it is his own blood and that his tongue is being cut by the thorns. Like, what is that unconsciousness? What is that in material life? Can you give me the material example?
Well, something tells me you already know the answer to this question.
Maybe.
But do you want to share anything further on it?
Like, is it like I just have like a assurance thing, or I really want to be assured? I guess it's, but what I think it is I think it's um just like you're just unconscious of the fact that what you're doing is hurting you. Is it like? But I don't know. I was worrying that maybe it's something deeper, and I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, basically, it's just like, um, they're unaware of their eternal nature as spirit souls, and so, they don't understand that by investing themselves in temporary material sense gratification, it's actually further entrenching us into material attachment and the material world and the cycle of birth and death. Hari! Which is not in our ultimate best interest. That's just like Prabhupada compared the modern day schools to like slaughterhouses of the soul, because you're just getting indoctrinated into material
Yeah.
knowledge that basically distracts you from the actual goal of human life, which is self-realization, devotional
Yeah.
service. So in that way, it's just like a camel chewing on these thorny twigs. Like, yeah, we're here and we're experiencing, like, there is some flavor and like in trying to enjoy here, but we don't understand how actually uh it's like it's like suicide basically. Like, Prabhupada uses the term gliding, like they're gliding down to hell. And then,
Mm.
it's like gliding is like real fun, if you've ever, people do it for fun. They got them hang glider things and they run and jump off a cliff and they ride the glide or whatever, and they're like, yeah, woohoo. But that's exactly what we're all doing here, but we don't realize that, you know, we're going straight to hell. Yeah, well, some of us, especially on planet Earth, we get the great boon of there are some heavenly quality enjoyments, but we also get some hell um, quality mixed in because we're right in the center. Actually, we're at the bottom of the center, the middle planetary system. It's just riding on the the cusp of the lower planetary system to the middle one. So we have heavenly enjoyments, but also hellish suffering on planet Earth right here, right now. And actually, it's compared to like a hotel, and this is like the ground floor where like human form of life is like compared to the ground floor where you can exit and enter the hotel easily of the material world, because
Huh.
heavenly planets they're enjoying, and the tendency is to be attached to that and then come back down again. Or if you're in the hellish or lower species, there's no generally speaking scope for us to expand our consciousness in a way to practice devotional service and stuff. So anyway, yeah, here trying to enjoy sense gratification is like the camel chewing on the twigs and tasting its own blood.
We have to try to see the blood.
Huh?
We have to try to see the blood.
Well, yeah, that's, I guess, that's one way to put it. Like, yeah, we can see how it's hurting us, and then in our ultimate self-care, like try to step away from doing things that is actually not for our own best interest.
Yeah.
It's it, the we develop a long-term vision and understand that we all have a quota and different needs, And it's not about just like fanatically trying to cancel it all out and be a robotic, perfect brahmachari. But it's, understanding how much and finding the balance of where we're actually situated and how we're actually situated, and then making progress from where we're at gradually. I mean, if we're capable of, just, okay, like you heard about Krishna and all of a sudden, okay, like immediately 16 rounds and bam, you're just picking up right where you left off. And, depending on our desire, we can will ourselves to let go of so many attachments and become more attached to Krishna. But generally, depending on the individual and their desires and what you really want, it may take longer. So you might have some time of engaging in sense gratification, but the awareness is expanded. So, Hare Krishna. Is that satisfying to you?
That was awesome.
Any other points? Nectar tidbits?
Prabhuji, in one of our devotee group, somebody shared another GPT, that's called Bhakta GPT.
Oh, yeah.
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 And then when I searched there, that's more closer to Bhagavatam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The one earlier we were discussing was okay, but not like as framed as in Bhagavatam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Guru GBT or whatever. Yeah. I asked that thing some stuff and it told me answers that were just blatantly wrong. I'm like, yeah, forget this thing. Yeah, if I want to know like something like, hey, where's the nearest bicycle shop or something? Okay, but when it comes to like spiritual knowledge, I just don't like it. I guess I'm old.
I heard Radhika Raman say, don't deprive yourself of the chance to think and use your intelligence.
Yeah.
When it comes to devotional life.
Right.
Because the intelligence is the finest tool we have, and we want to keep it fine. We don't want to dull it by relying on something else.
Right. Yeah, it's just like eating healthily. Like cut corners and do the quick thing usually isn't the most healthy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's another saying, it says like, a lie can make its way halfway around the world while the truth is still lacing up its shoes. Like the easy. Being truthful, giving like a truthful presentation is not so easy. You got to do some research. You got to make sure you get the knowledge right. And then, I can just make up a lie right now. What's the first 6 questions of Bhagavatam? They're, hey, what time do you wake up? What time do we eat? And what time do we go out to play for recess? That was easy. I just came up with that. But, yeah. It is stopping time, so if there's no other pressing points, I will end it all now.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much for the class, Hare Krishna.
It was really good.
Haribol, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Bhakta E. I changed his name from Bhakta A to Bhakta E.
Why?
Because he's just too ecstatic.